canvassing work to India.
So a lot of people are sending their work overseas.
Yes, but a lot of these telecommunications companies that call people and try and sell them things, they are now sending their business overseas, not the business overseas, the business is here, but they're hiring overseas workers. I get phone calls from people in India. I say, where are you? You know, I start a little conversation, find out where they are. They're in Bangalore or somewhere where they speak English, and they're calling here trying to sell me something, and they get about $2 a day. Now over here, they'd have to pay a worker about $6.50 an hour, whatever the current minimum wage is.
So a lot of money, it seems like it's being taken from here and kind of put overseas or reinvested overseas, or jobs are given overseas.
We are bleeding. The United States is bleeding cash.
To other countries?
Bleeding cash to countries all around the world.
What should the penalty be for that?
Well, for every worker that American companies pay who live in other countries, they should have to compute the total sum of all the money they have paid to workers overseas, and then they should have a substantial tax on that, which would be enough money so that they could pay the unemployed people here that are out of work now and can't support their...
Aha! United States taxes all the overseas workers. I get it.
You tax the companies to pay the overseas workers to bleed the money out of this country, and bleed the jobs out. So our people don't have jobs, they don't have money. And well, you've got to give them some money so they can live. They'll all be robbing banks and what have you.
You know, that means that's the definition of parasitic. When you're bleeding out at the cost of your own and you're feeding other life forms, that by definition is parasitic. It fits the term parasite. Look it up.
Yes, it does. And these companies, of course, they have their money stashed in various places in other countries. Some of them have homes in other countries. They got homes in France, you know, Riviera, England, many countries.
Now, what about capitalism? What do you think about that?
Well, we don't really have capitalism here. We have a kind of an oligarchy. The people who are rich are all well connected. They have all their lawyers. They keep everything for themselves. They got everything bottled up. They own the politicians. They get all the laws. And this is what the Tea Party's madder than hell about, because it is an oligarchy. If you're in the middle class, you're getting less and less.
And the lower class?
They've never had anything and never will have anything the way it's going, but the middle class has always been growing in this country. There's been more and more people rising up to the middle class from poverty. Now it's not that way. People are sinking down into poverty from the middle class because the oligarchy has got all the laws bottled up. They got the lawyers. They own the Congress. They got everything going their way.
Well, it sounds like...
And that's why the Tea Party's madder than hell. And these people who are Occupy Wall Street and all that, those people are madder than hell because they see what's going on. Those are just young Tea Partyists, those young people out there protesting. They may not call themselves that. That's exactly what they are as far as their viewpoints are concerned.
All right. So it sounds like we have people sinking down, going down the ladder rungs instead of up. Was it different when you were a kid? Was capitalism around when you were a kid?
Oh, you beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
People could climb the ladders?
Oh, yeah. People could climb the ladders. There was nothing, there was no ceiling there. When I was a kid, we had presidents like Harry Truman. Now, let me tell you the difference between Harry Truman and the president we have now.
Oh, my God.
Harry Truman always rode the bus, paid his 25 cents out of his own pocket to ride the bus when he went somewhere.
He was a real human being.
When he flew somewhere, he took a commercial airplane, paid his own fare because he was getting a good salary, he's president. But now, it's ridiculous. Now they're making so much money, and they use all the tax money. I mean, our current president, not only does he fly overseas all the time, his wife and her entourage are flying around all these other continents and blowing huge sums of cash.
Maybe they've been to, maybe they went back in time to the USSR. Maybe they want to make this a Soviet Union. Maybe they blew money going back in time to the USSR.
No, there's nobody wanting to do that. The fact is,
I'm just screwing with
they
you.
have got themselves in privileged position, and they're entrenching themselves in it.
Yeah, why aren't our politicians real people anymore? Why aren't they your average man who got a bachelor's degree and made a decent living? And why aren't they?
Because they're not well educated. As soon as the government got into education,
Call
it went to
it
hell in
dumb
a
brain.
handbasket.
Get it? Dumb brain, fat wallet.
You can't legislate education, good education. You can hire all these bureaucrats like they have, pass all these laws interfering with everything, and make it impossible for teachers to teach anybody anything. Now, some kids are bright, they'll get it themselves, but you definitely cannot teach it with a bureaucratic system.
Yeah, that sounds very anti-capitalistic.
Very what?
Anti-capitalistic.
No, it's anti-government.
No!
It's anti-government control.
The government control running education. It's very kind of
anti-capitalistic. Capitalistic is where the government backs
That's
off.
what I'm saying.
Everybody does what they want. You have certain basic laws. If you cheat people, you're liable. And they can recover losses from you.
Thank you.
And so on.
Well, that's good.
It ought to be.
Do you have anything else to add about de-evolution and anti-capitalism today?
Well, it's natural. In all human affairs, ever since recorded history, and even from the evidence before there was recorded history, we see ancient civilizations, prehistoric civilizations that were destroyed from within. It's the same way, it always will be. It only takes a certain matter of time for a country to decompose from within. Look, they all did it. Greece did it. Rome did it. Spain did it.
The fall of Rome.
England has fairly well done it. And now it's this country's turn. It's decomposing from within.
Ooh.
It decomposes because certain groups of people get connected and take more and more power. It's like Thomas Jefferson said, you give any group power, they will use all that power to gain more power, till finally they've got the power to run and control everything, and everybody else is done for at that time. All you can do is shoot them.
Done for.
All you do is shoot
them.
Guys in power,
Shoot them.
get them
Done
dead,
for.
get them buried, and then start a new system the way the Arab countries are doing now, the Arab Spring.
Here, wait. Here, I gotta put this over your head and make the shoot 'em comment. You gotta cover your head with this. All right, there you go. You gotta shoot 'em. Okay.
What you've got to do is take all these privileged people who have all the power concentrated in themselves, all the politicians in their hip pockets. You've got to shoot them all, bury them all, and start over.
Non-literally.
Like the Arab Spring.
Non-literally, shoot them. You know, we mean shoot them down out of office. That's what we mean. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, put them 6 feet under.